Art is a lie, but it makes you realize the truth. That is a quote from Pablo Picasso. My name is Eversweet, and I'm here to enlighten y'all about a man who changed the world with his creativity and innovations. We need to learn about Picasso a little bit because it helps us understand how one man can impact an entire culture and generations after him. And I'm going to be talking about his life and his artistic achievements, what he's done in life, and how he's inspired a whole society. Starting off with his life. He was born in 1881, and at a young age, he started to paint. His father was an art teacher and taught at the same school that he attended. And because of that, he mentored him. And he continued in Spain at a university in art and went to Paris, which was the center of art at the time. And that started his career. But it started off full of sadness. The blue period, it shows in his art. It was full of blues and greens, and the themes were of blindness, poverty, and just overall just down feelings. And a citation from his website, it was because of depression following the suicide of his friend. Years later though, it started to brighten a little bit with more pinks and oranges and warmer colors because he was starting to get through that depression, and his art style grew as well, and he experimented with different shapes, and that goes into his artistic achievements. He is the co-creator of Cubism. It broke through the societal norms of painting at the time, and it challenged the realism that majority of the painters used, with geometric shapes for the figures and the objects. And that goes into his most famous work. He did this in 1937 and is his most famous work. It has powerful anti-war themes. In another citation from his website, it depicts Nazi bombing of a city in the Spanish Civil War. Now I've talked about his life and his achievements. I can talk about his effect on society. His artworks are in many museums, and he is used for educational purposes. And because of this, he inspires generations after him, generation after generation, and it continues on even after us. And it encourages creativity, and I think that is very beautiful. Personally, with me as an artist, he has inspired me as well. And that's Picasso. He lived a long life. He died in 1973 and died at 91 years old. He inspired millions of people across the world, young and old. And within that time, he has painted 22,000 artworks. And for the end quote, this is my favorite quote personally that he has ever said. When I was a child, my mother said to me, "If you become a soldier, you'll be a general. If you become a monk, you'll be a pope." But instead, I became a painter and wound up as Picasso.